Hi folks, this week's video is all about how you can start using a virtual assistant today to make your business and your life a lot easier. I'm Chris from the Landlord Training Institute. We help property owners manage their properties themselves without the stress of tenants and toilets or the ongoing monthly expense of a property manager. Stay tuned. One thing that's become very popular the last few years is a VA or a virtual assistant. You see that term getting thrown around a lot in all types of businesses, including real estate and property management. So if you're wondering what you can do to make a virtual assistant something that you can use, I've got 5 ideas for you today. The first one, if you've got multiple units, or even if you have just one unit, your virtual assistant can be your first response when you post an ad. So when somebody replies to an ad, that's going to go to a specific email. Your virtual assistant can monitor that email and they can be replying maybe at times that you couldn't. One of the advantages to this is that you can give them access to that email, and depending on where they are in the world, they might be monitoring that late at night or early in the morning when you'd rather not be doing it. So that might be 11 p.m. when you're in bed, at 9 o'clock every single night, but maybe your ideal tenant is replying and is looking for a place at 11 p.m. So how do you solve that problem as a smaller landlord that maybe is trying to do this yourself? You can hire a virtual assistant. We're talking like $5 or $10 or $12 an hour. This is very, very affordable. And they could be monitoring that, say from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. local time. That might be 2 p.m. their time. Next up, if you're going to have them reply to ads, why not have them post ads for you? So depending on what platform you're using, there might be benefits to posting your ad twice a day, or maybe bumping your ad twice a day, getting it back to the top so that people see that. That's something that you don't need to be doing when you're worried about driving across town to pick up your kids from soccer practice or whatever it might be. You can have a virtual assistant doing that for you. It only takes 5 minutes, and so a lot of people don't think that they should be hiring that out. But if that 5 minutes comes when you're in the middle of traffic or when you're in a meeting, a lot of different platforms have optimized times for when you want to get your ad in front of the most eyeballs. They can do that for you, and it costs you almost nothing. Another thing you can have your virtual assistant do, give them access to whatever email you are specifically using for the responses to your ads, and have them scroll back through those emails, look at the questions, look at the responses, and they can create a frequently asked questions document for you. The benefit to this is when you get replies to your ad, you can link that frequently asked questions document in your response to that applicant. You can also post that document link at the bottom of your ad. You can straight up copy and paste the first few, or maybe the most important 5 or 6 frequently asked questions, post that at the bottom of your ad. You'll get fewer of those tire kicker responses that say things like, when is it available? When that was clearly in your ad, they just skimmed over it. The fourth thing your VA can do, they can be your quick response mechanism. So maybe on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you're busy all day, you're in meetings all day because that's the way you block your calendar. Your virtual assistant can monitor that email or monitor certain platforms where you've got ads posted, and they can be a quick response mechanism. Believe it or not, even if your virtual assistant just replied with something like, hey, I'm currently in a meeting, I'm gonna get back to you within 30 minutes with the exact answer to this. If you instantly respond with something like that, that applicant is going to be impressed. The last thing for today that I recommend you investigate with respect to how you can use a virtual assistant is for bookkeeping. So I'm talking about basic bookkeeping, not accounting. Those are 2 entirely different things. You need to learn the difference. I'm talking about how you could utilize your smartphone and free apps on your smartphone to instantly scan receipts, get them over to your virtual assistant, and have them start populating, whether it be QuickBooks or if you're just using an Excel spreadsheet, something like that, so that you don't have to spend any minutes per month doing that. You're going to set up a separate email account so that your virtual assistant has access to that one specifically, and they can start doing some bookkeeping tasks for you. If you've got a mountain of paperwork on your desk right now and you're thinking, how in the world am I going to do this? Maybe you only do it once a year and you spend 8 hours for 3 days straight trying to do all your bookkeeping so that you can get it to the accountant. That's horrible for everybody involved, and you're more likely to make mistakes if you do it that way. You should be using a virtual accountant for at least portions of that. So there's some ways that you can be using a virtual assistant in your business right now, no matter what size you are. I'm Chris from the Landlord Training Institute. We help take the pain out of property management. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell below for for more weekly actionable tip videos like this one.